Guys, it's Bree. I'm back with another makeup tutorial and a few ghost stories for you guys. But yeah, so the update, I haven't made a video in like almost 2 months or a month, just because like I don't know, I wasn't in the right place for that. So but right now I'm just kind of focusing on better things, and yeah, just kind of using this as a distraction. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a good quarantine, everyone's in the right state of mind, and yeah, hopefully we all get this shit together. So let's get started with this tutorial. My sound keeps cutting in and out, but basically I already did my eyebrows because they're fucked up, and I'm using the Frida palette from Beauty Creations. It's my favorite like pop of color palette besides the James Charles one. But anyways, oh, and sorry guys, if you guys have any questions for the makeup products I'm using, you guys can just comment down below and I will let you guys know. But anyways, to start off the ghost stories, this was whenever I was I don't know, I have like a good memory like when I was a fucking kid, but when it comes to like 2 weeks ago, it's shit, like it's so bad. So anyways, whenever I was about, I want to say like about three, yeah, we lived in this house and I didn't really like this fucking house. Like I had fucking bad vibes from this house from the get-go. But I remember like it was always like we always had like really dim lights, and with me, I can't really be in the dark. Like I like the dark, but I can't be in there for too long, so I hated it. So anyways, all I remember is that we were all eating, and my mom, she told my brother to go check on my little sister Kayla. She was like basically like a newborn, and we're 3 years apart. And my brother Giovanni, he was about like, I want to say like 7 or 8, so he went to go check on her. And whenever he went to go check on her, he had he saw something carrying my little sister, like something like a type of shadow carrying my sister. And this isn't my perspective, this is his perspective. I'm just telling you because it's always been like crazy to me and shit. And so whenever he saw that, he yelled for my mom, and we just hear a hit on the floor, like something fucking fell on the floor, and it was my little sister. So my mom's like, what the fuck happened? What did you do, Giovanni? And I don't know, it was just, the whole thing just fucking crazy. Like something was carrying my sister and no one knows what the fuck it was. All he said that it was like a dark shadow, but that he saw my sister Kayla like floating mid-air and then she fell. So that's always been crazy to me. I don't know, with that house it was always fucking creepy. In that house too, my mom, she would, whenever we'd go to school, this was like a couple of like years past already, we'd go to school and she'd stay at home with my little brother Marco. This shit looks messy as fuck. Probably going with purple, whatever, we'll see where it goes. And basically my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't work or anything, and she was taking care of my brother and she was cleaning the house. But with that house, we had a long ass fucking hallway, and it was like fucking long, like for no reason. Like once you entered, all you saw was a hallway, which was like creepy in my opinion, but all you saw was a hallway. And one time, like my mom was cleaning and my little brother started crying. He would always play in the middle of the hallway with his toys. Like there wasn't a giant ass living room he could have been at, but he was playing in the hallway. Anyways, he started crying, and my mom, being the mother that she is, dropped everything and went to go check on him and see what's wrong. And he was just crying, saying that there was a man that kept looking at him, like at the end of the hallway. And at this point my mom's like, what? Like, it's just me and you, like who else is here? And so my mom was freaked the fuck out. My mom, she's not a skeptic when it comes to this type of thing, like these type of things. She believes us like right off the bat whenever we tell her something like paranormal or something. And basically she's like, what are you talking about, me? I'm like, there's no one there. And she's like, Mom, he's like, Mom, yes he is, like, there's a man right there. And my mom's like, where? And then my brother would just point where he was walking. And then whenever we eat dinner, we all have specific spots where we sit at. Like, I sit on this side, or my sister sits on the other side. And then my brother, he pointed out, talking about, look, he's sitting where Kayla sits, which is my younger sister. So at this point, my mom was like, now. So in order for her to get over that, like, for her to wait for us to go home, my mom went grocery shopping, like, right then and there, and waited to pick us up because she didn't want to be home by herself. But yeah, that wasn't the only incident. And then another incident, hold on, I'm trying to think what to do. I'm trying to do like a halo. What the fuck? I'm trying to do a halo or a cut crease. What'd you do, cut crease? Fuck it. And the other story would have to be that we were all eating dinner, and the way our living room was like, okay, I don't know how to put this in y'all's head. Okay, so basically this is a door. Straight ahead is the living room. Straight ahead is the hall. The living room and the kitchen is open concept. But then the kitchen has like a corner where you have to turn to go into like the kitchen. Like turn in, and so basically there's like a corner where you can't see who's on the other side and shit. And basically we're eating, and my mom, she just screams, and I'm like, what the fuck? Or like, what happened, Mom? Like, we're over here freaking out, thinking like something like bad happened. She's like, oh my god, I just fucking saw a hand. I'm like, a hand? Like, where? And she showed us where. Like, she was scared, she was freaked out that she saw a hand go like this to her, like from the corner. So we was all like, hell nah. So my mom basically got holy water holy water for that whole week because she was freaked out what the fuck was going on in that fucking house. And it was bad. Like, it was really fucking scary. And I don't know, the past houses that we used to live in, they always had some type of bad juju in them, and we never knew why. We don't know why. Either it was us, or maybe we just had like bad luck with houses. But no matter what, there was always something with the house that we lived in. I'm gonna go in with this yellow from the same palette, and I'm just pop that right there. I'm dark, you really can't see it, but I'm gonna make it known. Anyways, going back to the story. So yeah, that house was pretty like bad. It was over there in Lancaster, where I used to live over there growing up. And yeah, so after that house, we moved to over here in Oak Cliff, like more here in like in the heart of Oak Cliff by like Bishop Arts and stuff. And the funny thing with this house is that we had to move like fast. So this is like our only resort. So it wasn't like, you know, the best looking house. It was a home, you know. This house, I already felt like it was just bad energy. I don't know, I feel that with houses or with people. I'm going with the orange. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it. Anyways, ooh. So in that house, the street was Sabine, I believe. With that house, it was already falling apart, first of all. But the first couple of days that we moved in, I would have to sleep with my mom because we had upstairs, and my room was upstairs with my older sister, my younger sister, and I didn't like it. I would sleep with my parents. I was like, oh, y'all got me fucked up. I'm not going up there. Because coming downstairs was scary. Whenever I had to go pee in the middle of the night, I would wake up my sister, like wake her the fuck up for her to go into the restroom. It was fucked up, but I had to do what had to be done. And one time, my sister had my older sister CJ had brought over a friend, and I was telling her, like, I don't know, I was always a weird ass kid trying to scare people. Anyways, that's a different story. But yeah, so my sister, she was being a bitch, and she was like, get out the room so I could talk to my friend. And I was like, where am I gonna go? Like, this is my room too. And so she's like, just go downstairs or go watch TV in the living room or something. I was like, I guess. So I went, and I was feeling petty, so I went back up there pretending I had to get something. And I ended up telling my sister's friend, like, hey, did my sister tell you the house is haunted? And my sister's friend was like, what the fuck? Like, is she for real? And my sister was like, my older sister CJ was like, Brie, really? Like, she's just being stupid. Like, she always like saying that shit or whatever the fuck. But my sister, she's a skeptic. She doesn't believe shit until like she sees it. And lucky for her, she's never experienced it or seen it. So going back, time passed, and the girl, she was spending the night or whatever, like she was gonna spend the night. I extended the fuck out this, but we're gonna make it work. I'm listening to music, sorry guys, because it's too quiet. So anyways, so yeah, in the middle of the night, I had fell asleep in the living room, and I fucking hated when I would go to sleep and I'd wake up in the living room. Like, no one thought, hey, let's wake Brie up and take her to her room, so she doesn't wake up in like complete darkness. Because my mom left that living room fucking dark. Like, it looked like she wanted me to be taken or some shit, I don't know. So I woke up in the middle of the night because my sister and her friend were in the kitchen like fat asses, trying to find food or snacks. And basically, this actually came out pretty cute. I look like a fucking pigeon. Not a pigeon, a peacock. What's that thing called from Fruit Loops? But yeah, so my sister and her friend came down, and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. So this is basically the look I did. This is not a natural look, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner. I'm gonna be talking. Well, I probably won't talk while I do my eyeliner, so give me a second. So basically here I'm just doing my fucking eyeliner. Yeah, it's basically what I'm doing. I usually use a Tarte eyeliner, but right now I'm using the Wet n Wild eyeliner due to insufficient funds. So yeah, and yeah, here I am just babbling through this fucking shit. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna do the other eye off camera. As you can see, I did white liner. So anyways, but yeah, going back to the story, my eyelashes are so fucked. I've been using these bitches since quarantine, and they're about to give out. So yeah, but yeah, going back, so I was mad because they left my ass in the living room, and my sister let her friend sleep on my bed, and she just wasn't gonna tell me nothing. So I was like, okay. So I was gonna scare her. There was a little hidden spot where the restroom was at in the kitchen. So I hid out right there, and when they were coming down, sorry, I ended up scaring them. And my sister, she scares so fucking easily, so easy. And what's it called? Her friend got scared too. And my sister started talking shit to me, saying, "Mom, like, I'm gonna tell mom," and all this shit. And she ended up telling my mom. Oh well. But yeah, so after that, they went back upstairs, and I was downstairs in the living room, and I was watching TV. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't remember what I was doing. But hold on. And what's it called? So I was down there by myself, and it was dark. So I put the hallway light on, so it wouldn't be that dark. And I went to the kitchen because I wanted to get something to eat or something to snack on. And so in the kitchen, behind the kitchen was a laundry room, and the laundry room was the most terrifying fucking place you can go to in the middle of the night. I had to like, the way the outlets work, I had to flip a switch, like it would flip back automatically. So it had just stopped, and I had to flip it back, but it was dark, and at the time I was fucking like scared of that shit. But I like scaring people. It made no sense, I know. But anyways, so after that, I went into the kitchen, and like, I don't know if it was because it was late, but it was around 2 in the morning, and I don't know if it was because it's late or whatever the fuck, or if your eyes are playing tricks on you, but I saw someone pass behind the laundry room, because it was the kitchen and then the laundry room, and then there was a door to the laundry room, and my mom had like a curtain for like to separate it or whatever, but the curtain fucking moved, and someone like ran past it, and I was like, I'm gonna go. So I started freaking out. I just kind of like backed up, and I went to go tell my mom. Oh, sorry. The primer I'm using is the e.l.f. poreless primer, the putty one. So I hardly never use primer, but we just gonna use this for today. I'm gonna try a different method of like prepping, so we're gonna see how that goes, and I'll let you know how that is at the end of the video. But yeah, so I went to go tell my mom, and my mom was like, then that house probably all in your head because all the shit you watch. Because I'm telling you, even as a kid, I was into like a bunch of scary stories, conspiracy theories, like all that shit. And so she kind of just basically like shut me out, and she's like, just go to sleep, like it's probably because you're staying up late or something. And I was like, I don't know why that would have anything to do with it, but I guess. So yeah, I was still in the living room like a dumbass, and my sister came back down with her friend. All right, so I'm done with the primer. I'm gonna go in with the Airspun, and I'm gonna set the primer with setting spray underneath my foundation. I know, dangerous, but it has to be done. And so yeah, she came back with her friend, and I'm like right there in the living room, and my sister, she's downstairs getting God knows what, and her friend starts freaking out, and she's like, did you see that? And I'm like, see what? And she's like, what's it called? You didn't see someone just pass by? And I was like, I screamed for my mom. I was like, Mom, look, I told you, look, she saw it. And her friend started fucking freaking out. She wanted to go home. It was just so fucking bad. It was bad. But there was a little fucking girl there, like right there. And everyone, well, my sister didn't see it, but me and my sister's friend saw it, and no one fucking believed us. But this is my first time doing this base, so let's see how it looks. I know this isn't my right tone, but don't drag me. So yeah, the next story will be taking place at my tia's house. So I have a cousin who was in jail for a while since I was a kid, and he was living with my cousin, my tia and my cousins, and I hardly talked to him because growing up he just wasn't around. And one time me and my sister spent the night at my tia's house, and I don't know, with him, he was always kind of not off, but whenever I talked to him, it would always be about some deep ass shit, and I was a kid, so yeah. But anyways, he was staying with my tia, and one night he had asked me, hey Bree, do you want to help me make pork chops? And I was like, yeah, because I mean, I couldn't cook for the life of me. So I was like, yeah. And everyone, all my tia and her kids and my sister, they're in the room watching TV, watching a movie, and I was helping him make pork chops. So we're making pork chops and we're just talking, and like my tia's house, there's always some shit going on there, but we're already kind of used to it by now. But at the time, we were still kind of getting known to what was going on. But I was talking to my cousin about the stuff like I experienced as a kid, like just, you know, paranormal stuff. He was into that, I was into that. There was something to talk about. And going towards like the end, we're making pork chops and shit. He was telling me about how in prison there is a bunch of shit that they would try, like witchcraft and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it was just a whole ordeal. And with that being said, we were done with the pork chops and we were eating. Like, everyone in the living room was eating, but there was no more room for us, so we just ate in the fucking dining table. And like, I promise to God, I was right there eating, minding my business. Like, we weren't even talking, we were just fucking eating. The dinner table was like square. Fuck, you got makeup on me. The dinner table was like square, and I was right here and he was in front of me. Right here behind me is my tia's room, so like I'm over here thinking like, oh, it's probably like, you know, my uncle or the kids or some shit. Please. From the corner of my eye, I'm like smacking on my fucking pork chop, and from the corner of my eye, I see something fucking crawl. And I'm thinking it's the puppy. I mean, I'm thinking it's like their Chihuahua, the dog they have. I'm thinking it's that. And like, I'm eating, I'm chewing. I just mind my own business. And I just see something crawl next to me. Like, but it looked like a big ass fucking dog. So I'm like, nah, it can't be the Chihuahua. So I don't say anything, but you could tell that I'm like weirded out. And then my cousin, I look at my cousin to see if he like noticed anything. So he's eating still, and no hesitation, like he didn't even look at me, bro. He didn't even look up at me. All he said was, "Did you see that too?" That's all he told me. And as soon as he said that, every fucking hair on my body rose up. I was creeped the fuck out, because after he told me that, all he said after that was, me and you are the only ones that could see that type of shit. And I was freaked the fuck out. Like, that scared the fuck out of me. And I wanted to ask him, what is it? Like, what was it? But part of me didn't want to say anything, because I felt like it was there because of him. Because my cousin was really, like, I don't know, his energy wasn't all right. And so whenever he told me that, it stuck with me like the whole night. I even told my sister about it, but she thought I was like bullshitting. And I was just fucking scared. I'm like, damn, like I really saw this shit with my own eyes. It looked like a fucking creature that was crawling on the fucking floor. And for him to tell me, oh yeah, I saw that shit too, only me and you could see that, that creeped the fuck out of me. I was like, sir, I want to go home. It skipped where I did my under eye shadow and my blush, and now I'm gonna tell the story that happened at my house 2 years ago. One of my closest friends, her name was Lizette. She lived with us. It was her and my best friend Jared. And I remember inviting them over, you know, just for movie night. And she's like, let's go get pizza. So we got pizza and we took it to the back because my room was in the back. And she only got like a box, I think. And so we were just chilling, you know, vibing. And my little brother, he was basically talking shit to us, talking about how are y'all only gonna get pizza for yourselves. But I was basically getting mad because I'm like, dude, this isn't like, it's not like I fucking paid for it. Like, Letsy's the one that bought it. So he just kept bitching how he wanted some, and I was like, dude, like, Letsy bought it, I'm not gonna give you none, I'll buy you something else. And him being like a fucking brat and shit, I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna do it. Then my mom came in, my mom was talking shit to us because we didn't buy food for everyone. But I was like, y'all do this shit sometimes. So it was just us. Like, it'd be different if I bought it, but I didn't buy it, my best friend bought it. Anyways, so yeah, we were right there in the room and we were just watching movies. And Letsy, she had brought it up. She's like, do you hear that? And I'm like, hear what? Like, I paused the movie and she's like, you don't hear Marco crying? Which Marco's my little brother. And I was like, yeah, I do hear him crying. And then she's like, you think he's crying because he couldn't get pizza? And I was like, damn, that'd be some fat boy stuff, some fat boy shit if he crying over some pizza. And she was like, go give him a slice, Brie. And I was like, I guess, because like you could hear him crying, and like, or he was talking to someone like crying about it. And I was like, is he really crying about fucking pizza? And so I went into his room with a slice of pizza, and I was like, Marco, and the lights were off, and I was like, Marco. And then like he's not answering me, so I'm like, Marco, and I'm like shaking him to get up, and he turns around like he just woke up, and he's like, I'm like, fool, why are you crying? And he's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, like, I'll give you a slice of pizza, just stop fucking crying. Like, you're being loud, we're trying to watch the movie. And he's like, I'm not even crying, what the fuck? He's like, Brie, I was asleep. And I was like, who were you on the phone with? I'm like, who were you on the phone with? He's like, Brie, I wasn't on the phone with anybody. And like, he showed me his phone, and he had a missed call, but it was from my mom. Like, he wasn't on the phone with anyone. And then I checked his activity status, like, on Instagram, and he wasn't active for like over an hour. So it wasn't, because my brother's always on Instagram, so it wasn't possible for him to be up. So I was like, what the fuck? And we all got freaked out because we heard my brother on the phone crying and talking about, they don't want to give me nothing. Like, we heard mumbling, and I was like, what the fuck? Hold on, I'm gonna put settings for you real quick. I use this one. It's like a magic one from the beauty supply stores. Anyways, so I went back into the room. Oh my god, I forgot my brow bone. Hold up. So I went back into the room to tell my friends, and they were all like, what the fuck? They're like, nah, he's lying, bro. Like, he probably was crying, he just doesn't want to like admit to it. And you know, my brother's a liar, but I could tell, like, in that moment he looked fucking terrified. Like, he was fucking scared. He was like, Brie, I wasn't on the phone, like, I didn't call you. I mean, I wasn't crying or anything. And I'm using this bootleg Kylie Jenner lipstick. It's called Forever Matte by Kiss, so I'm gonna just use that. And well, this is like a weird lip combo that I do, but yeah, so I told them, and they were freaking the fuck out. Oh my god, I fucked up. Anyways, so I had told them what had happened. My friends were freaking out. They're like, what the fuck? And they're like, nah, Brie, that was him. I'm like, nah, dude, like, I know he lies and shit, but like, I believe him. And then my friend Lizette was like, Brie, we all heard that. I'm like, I know. And she's like, then who was it? I'm like, that's the thing. So us being curious, we went on Reddit. So that's how I do my lipstick. I'm gonna do like a brown lip liner, like overline, and go like that. And then for a pop, sorry, I'm going back and forth, I just go with the gloss. And that's it. And then to emphasize my beauty, because I have beauty marks like all over my face, I don't want to look too like, I don't know how to say it, so I just kind of like go back in with the eyeliner. But yeah, going back, so us being curious teenagers, we go on Reddit and look it up, like, what could it be? And supposedly it's called a mimicker. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, why would we have a mimicker? It comes from either like a poltergeist or a loved one that's trying to reach you. And the only person I could think of was my cousin Carlos, the one that had passed away, the one I talked about in my previous video. And all I could think about was like, why would he try to scare us? I don't know, it was weird to me. And why did he sound like exactly like my brother? It didn't make sense to me. Sorry, this fucking chair keeps creaking and I'm about to fight. But yes, that was probably one of the scariest things that happened with other people. Well, besides the Ouija board thing, because that was pretty scary. But yeah, so whenever we looked it up, we were just like, what the fuck, like a mimicker? And my little brother ended up sleeping with me because we were all freaked out. I told my mom about it, she was freaked out because it happens before. Like, I don't know if you guys ever, like, whenever you guys are home, you hear your mom calling you, and then you're just kind of like, what? Like, it happens to me all the fucking time. I'm in my room chilling, comfortable as fuck, and I hear my mom call me by my middle name, and she says Renee. And when she uses my middle name, you know something about to go down. And so I hear her calling me, and I get up and I fucking like take off all my fucking covers. I'm pissed off. I'm like, what, lady? And she's in her room, and she's like, what? I'm like, girl, you keep calling me. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, no, I'm not. I'm like, mom, you keep fucking calling me and I'm comfortable. What is it? And she's like, Brie, I didn't call you. So like, I'm just kind of sitting there like, someone called me. And they probably weren't alive, but someone called me, and it freaks me out. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever like experienced that, hearing people or hearing voices and no one's actually calling you. It's fucking scary. But if you have, then I would like to hear your stories in the comments below or DM me. And also, I want to do a video where you guys DM me some scary stories and I'll tell them. And if you guys want me to show your ad, or you guys want me to do it anonymously, then by all means. I have more stories, but I guess I have to really gather my thoughts. I kind of just did this off a limb because I'm trying to distract myself from being sad. So yeah, I just hit myself. Love that. But yeah, this is basically the look. I'm gonna do like a close-up. This is the look. As for the primer and putty, the putty primer and the airspun, it came out great. It looked, my skin looks like I have no pores, but don't go too close in. But yeah, that is all for this video, guys. If you guys can follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is @SpookyBrie and my Twitter is @WowBrie. I'll set them right over here. And yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions on what you guys want me to talk about in the next video, or if you have any specific looks you want me to do, it's what, April, so technically it's October already. So if you guys have any SFX looks you want me to do, like how to do cuts or slit throats or stuff like that, then let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys for watching. This video probably wasn't that entertaining, but I appreciate it. And you guys could like, comment, subscribe, share, I'd appreciate it. So yeah, thanks again, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.